Mojang and lawsuits. It's been quite the discussion within the Minecraft community the past few months. But little do most people know, and mostly forgotten from years ago, are the series of extremely obscure and outright random lawsuits Mojang and Microsoft have faced over Minecraft. From a lawsuit from a troll company that apparently stole $388 million from Microsoft, a company trying to sue Microsoft over Minecraft having multiplayer, and a company trying to sue Notch over a famous Minecraft build, to a parent suing Minecraft over her son becoming addicted to the game, and even a confused mini-golf company trying to sue Notch over random YouTube videos. Today we go through every time Mojang and Microsoft have been sued over Minecraft. Let's begin. The first lawsuit, or rather lawsuits, we are going to discuss are possibly the most stupid on this list, from a company called UniLoc. UniLoc is a company founded in Australia back in 1992 and is based on a product activation patent. The company supposedly has a patent on various general software related processes, for example the process of activating a product using a license code. Anywho, what the company has become known for years later though is that of being a patent troll. UniLoc is a company that has tried to sue a variety of other huge companies for violating its patents, and as of 2010 has sued or attempted to sue 73 companies in total, of which includes Mojang. They sued Microsoft in 2003, claiming Microsoft violated the company's patent relating to technology used to prevent piracy, which initially failed, although then was overturned and ruled in favor of UniLoc, who was then somehow awarded $388 million in damages, until this decision was overturned again years later, then was overturned once more in favor of UniLoc, where then both Microsoft and UniLoc settled under undisclosed terms. This is UniLoc's most famous case, and they probably have done or tried to do the same thing with the other 70 or so companies too. In 2012, UniLoc filed a lawsuit against Mojang mentioning that Minecraft Pocket Edition infringed upon their patents for software license checking, specifically for logging in through a server on an Android device. Notch would respond mentioning that if needed, he would throw piles of money at this lawsuit, making sure UniLoc don't get a cent. And the same lawsuit was also filed against various other popular Android game developers at the same time. The lawsuit was a joke. UniLoc even misspelled Minecraft as Mindcraft in the original complaint, as pointed out by people in a Reddit post. And a few years later, the patent involved was invalidated, and as such, the lawsuit was dropped. However, later again in 2017, now that Mojang had been bought by Microsoft, UniLoc once again filed a lawsuit against Microsoft, this time claiming that Microsoft products, including Minecraft, infringed upon anti-piracy and software activation technology patents that they owned. 2 years later, the case was closed, and I'm unable to find information about what the result was, but based on their previous attempt at suing Mojang which failed, it's likely this one did too. As of November of 2023, Minecraft, as well as a variety of other popular games, are currently being sued over not being subscribed to TheMisterEpic, who is really close to 800k subs now. No pressure. Anyways, Microsoft and a variety of other large game publishers are currently being sued over video game addiction. The lawsuit began when Elizabeth Jones, mother of a 21-year-old son who suffered from a video game addiction, even dropping out of high school over playing video games, alleged that a variety of popular games, including Minecraft, were designed with the intent to cause addiction, claiming it had caused her son serious harm. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Is a mum really suing the companies behind the biggest games in the world because her son won't stop playing them? And yes, while that may be true, video game, or rather internet gaming disorder, as it is officially recognized as, is a serious and increasingly prevalent addiction with harmful ramifications. It's no joke. As such, this lawsuit would even make it on mainstream media. Related to Minecraft more specifically, the lawsuit alleges that Minecraft is intentionally designed to be as addictive as possible, with Microsoft misrepresenting Minecraft as a safe and educational game for children, promoting its use in classrooms through the Education Edition for example, despite being aware of its potential harms. The lawsuit also alleges that Minecraft exploits players through microtransactions that encourage spending and contribute to addiction, which I'm assuming is referring to the Bedrock marketplace. Overall, the lawsuit alleges that Microsoft failed to provide adequate warnings about the potentially addictive and harmful nature of the game and some of its mechanics, seeking compensation for the severe emotional distress such games have caused her and her son to suffer, as well as to help cover her son's medical care. These claims can be broadly generalized to the gaming ecosystem as a whole, and following it, a variety of additional lawsuits claiming similar have also been filed against these big companies, including Microsoft. According to PC Gamer, the companies would respond claiming that you can't sue us for making games too entertaining, further elaborating that the lawsuit failed to clearly establish what features of each game specifically caused harm and how, also mentioning that that the lawsuit uses vague or ominous terms to justify attacking what are otherwise regular gameplay mechanics and features. The lawsuit is still ongoing today and has yet to reach its resolution. This issue is very complex. The line between predatory, addictive, and entertaining has always been blurry in the gaming industry, and while some games can be considered exploitative, for others it's often a lot of exaggeration and fear-mongering. I'm no lawyer, but personally, based off the fact that many similar lawsuits have failed in the past, and the fact that this lawsuit in particular fails to identify specific causes and harms within Minecraft's design, it's unlikely to succeed. Back to Minecraft specifically now though, as in September of 2020, a company known as WorldsINC, a company which specializes in 3D virtual environments as well as online multiplayer technology patents, decided Microsoft was going to court with them. This company has a history of lawsuits against popular game developers, and in the past has even attempted to sue Blizzard over online multiplayer avatars. In 2020, they claimed that Microsoft had infringed upon one of its patents with Minecraft Java Edition and Realms. Specifically, they claimed that one of their patents, which enabled users to interact with one another in a 3D virtual environment, basically a multiplayer server, and customize avatars which are visible to other users in real time, basically the player you play as, was being infringed upon by Java Edition Minecraft server software, as well as the official Realms server software. Effectively, WorldsINC was claiming that Minecraft infringed upon their patent by allowing players to interact with and see other players on servers. That's right, they claimed that you being able to play and interact with other players on a Minecraft server infringed upon their patent. This lawsuit very much comes off as another patent troll type situation, and a year later in 2021 was actually put on hold due to an ongoing lawsuit of a similar type between WorldsINC and Blizzard. And as of today, 4 years later, the case is seemingly still ongoing and has yet to reach its resolution. But based on this company's track record of failed lawsuits due to patents found to be invalid, it's unlikely anything will come from it. A more serious lawsuit Mojang faced in its earlier days of operation was one against ZeniMax Media, the parent company of famous game developers Bethesda Studios, who created the Elder Scrolls games. Back in March 2011, Mojang announced another game they were developing known as Scrolls. Scrolls was a digital collectible card game similar to Hearthstone that also featured gameplay elements from board games. The game left beta and fully released in December of 2014, and then ceased development in June 2015, where later the servers would shut down in February 2018. Clearly it wasn't that successful. But what Scrolls is probably most remembered for is its lawsuit with Bethesda, who claimed that the name Scrolls would cause confusion with this Elder Scrolls series, wanting Mojang to change it. Hilariously, Notch's first response to this potential lawsuit was to publicly challenge Bethesda to a match of Quake 3, where if Notch and his team won, then Bethesda would have to drop the lawsuit, and if Bethesda won, Notch would have to change the name of Scrolls. PC Gamer even offered to help with the administration and refereeing of the event if Bethesda agreed, which they unfortunately did not. As a bit of a side story, a few months later in April of 2012, Notch emailed a player named Dylan, who was a member of infamous griefing group Team Abolition, about shutting down a pirated version of Minecraft he ran on a website called MinecraftForFree.com. Dylan responded by challenging Notch to a game of Quake 3, inspired by Notch's recent challenge against Bethesda, where if they won, they would get special Minecraft capes, and if Notch won, then Team Avo would have to hire a dubstep artist to make a song in Notch's honor. Notch hilariously accepted, even live streaming the entire game, and ended up winning the match. SalC1 has a good video about that if you're curious. Back to the Bethesda lawsuit now though. Notch and Mojang would win the interim interjunction, allowing them to continue to use the name Scrolls, although Bethesda still had the ability to appeal the ruling. But a few months later in early 2012, Mojang and Bethesda reached a settlement where Mojang would not trademark the name Scrolls, but Bethesda would not contest the name either. Years later in 2018, Scrolls was renamed to Caller's Bane anyways upon the game going free to play and the servers shutting down. Back in 2013, Notch would post this tweet, Putt being silly, with an attached Imgur link. The picture he shared was from an email he seemingly received from the owners of the Putt trademark, a specific mini-golf chain in America. The letter contained a cease and desist claiming Notch, and thus Minecraft, had infringed upon the Putt trademark. Now, you might be confused, how did Minecraft infringe on some random mini-golf company? Well, attached in the same letter was a screenshot of a variety of YouTube videos of Putt minigame maps. Yep, that's That's right, Putt issued a cease and desist to Notch because some YouTubers built a Putt map on the Xbox 360 version of the game and played it. This would lead to quite a humorous reaction from the Minecraft community, with lawyers even chiming in mentioning that this move made no sense as Mojang did not control what content users create. If Putt wanted to actually issue a cease and desist for the content they claimed was infringing upon their copyright, it would have to be against the individual users and YouTubers making and showcasing the maps. Mojang did not comply with the cease and desist, and it seemed like the whole ordeal was dropped not long after. Interestingly though, in the replies to the tweet about Putt which Notch made, he would actually mention that this was not the first time a company attempted to sue or issue a cease and desist to him over user-generated content. One of the most famous early Minecraft videos is this one here, of which a player built a 1:1 scale replica of the USS Enterprise starship from Star Trek. This build is extremely impressive, but even more so because back in 2010, when it was built, there was no Fly, World Edit, or other building tools. This was all done very slowly, block by block. The video of this build now has almost 13 million views, and I guess it got the attention of CBS, who owned the rights to Star Trek, as they sent Notch a cease and desist over it. This is interesting because when the video first came out and went viral in late 2010, being possibly the first Minecraft build of such a type and scale, there were actually news articles theorizing if CBS would sue over this replica, and according to a lawyer, there may have even been grounds for a case, but seemingly nothing ever happened. And finally, as I'm sure you are all aware, not too long ago now, YouTuber and server owner Kian Bros would announce that he was planning to launch a class action lawsuit against Mojang for what he alleges was unlawful contractual enforcement. Most of you have probably seen this video, so I won't go into detail, but the gist of it is that Mojang's enforcement, as well as regulations surrounding their EULA and commercial usage guidelines for Minecraft servers specifically, violated European consumer protection and contract laws. What initially instigated this was Mojang's abrupt changes to the rules surrounding guns on servers, which they randomly decided were no longer allowed in May 2023, causing a bunch of panic amongst gun server owners who had been running such servers for over a decade at that point. While that decision was mostly reversed, the fact that Mojang can turn around and randomly change or enforce different rules is what Kian is alleging constitutes unlawful and anti-consumer behavior, amongst other hidden terms and ambiguous wording that is present in Minecraft's usage guidelines. I've made a whole video about that if you are curious. But that about wraps everything up. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.